Hello, can you guys hear us out there? Is that Alexander, did you say, or Andrew? Alexander, can you hear us? Hello. Can you hear us? YouTube land.
YouTube. I just love this microphone.
Okay. So did they reply? Did anybody reply, Chris? Okay.
Mike Rue's
hey,
here.
thanks for tuning in, Mike Rue.
There we go. All right, should we take this from the top?
All right.
Yeah, we got to take this all the way
so this
back.
we've been going since 2:00. This has been almost 10 minutes of pure silence. So, hey, you guys are our loyal fans, our loyal subscribers out there. We appreciate you for tuning in, and we're gonna start this all over again just for you.
All right, David, pick it up.
All right. Welcome, everybody. YouTube.
Switch it, Chris. Switch it.
Yeah. There we go. Come on. So I guess I'm going to have to re-say kind of the intro here. But what we're doing here is we are testing a live weekly podcast show. So this is going to be the set. Going to be joined by my brothers over here that you have seen right there. And we are going to go over the latest industry news, new products, updates, anything happening in the industry that would be helpful to maybe somebody who's working at a company or running communications for their company, that type of thing. And then, of course, we're going to take questions live on this show. So we're going to do some things that we've never done before, and we're going to try it all out and answer your questions as we get lots and lots of questions on YouTube, on email, live chat. So we are going to be answering all of those questions weekly on this show. So really curious to get your feedback on what you think about the content. And we're going to kind of evolve and adapt kind of as we go on here. But it will be a weekly live show on YouTube, and then it'll stream out to all the podcast platforms every week. So we're really excited to bring this, and really curious to kind of get your feedback on audio and video quality and see if there's kind of anything that we can kind of improve before we really kind of get going here. So if there's any comments you want to make, please make those down in the live chat screen on any feedback as far as audio quality, video quality, set, anything like that. So welcome, boys.
Mike Rue's says, so when Jabra gives some response for Focus 2.
What about the Focus 2?
So when Jabra gives some response.
Yeah. I think what he's asking is will Jabra, or when will Jabra come out with a comparable model to battle the Voyager Focus 2 UC? And one thing that I would say is, and I'm sure you're aware as a connoisseur of our videos, but one headset that I would recommend that you take a look at if you're looking for something comparable to the Voyager Focus 2 UC is the Jabra Evolve 265. It's a similar headset and kind of can go toe to toe with that product. Not saying it's better. Voyager Focus 2 UC is fantastic, but I would definitely take a look at that. And with this podcast, we're going to be having news and updates every single week about what's coming out and what you can be expecting. So tune in, and anything that comes from Jabra or any of the major manufacturers, you'll be the first to know through this podcast here. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your questions. We really appreciate your continued support. Any honest feedback, which you always give, is really helpful because it allows us to put out better content, to better serve you, to better help our channel, and to better help out the people that are listening. So go ahead, take a look at that Evolve 265. And if you see anything else out there that you think, hey, can this go toe to toe with the Voyager Focus 2 UC? Let us know, and
I
we'll
know
do the
one.
comparison.
I
And
know one that will go head to head. Come on now. There's one on my neck.
Dustin, I will say the 65 is like the 4220 in that it doesn't have that ANC. So then you'd bump up to the 75, which I think he's asking like when they're going to make an update to that one.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't have any, and that's a great point. That
Yeah.
ANC is actually a very big differentiator.
For sure.
So you're completely right. When we do not know about any updates that are coming for a kind of a headset that will go toe to toe specifically. But you'll be the first to know. So really appreciate you asking about that. A lot of other people are probably anticipating Jabra's response as well. So
Yeah, what I'm curious about is they've come out with the Evolve 2 for all these models, but not on the 75.
Right.
So it's the Evolve 1 75 still.
Right.
So just logic can tell you they're going to come out with the Evolve 2 75 more than likely.
Yeah.
And I got to imagine it's coming out this year, especially after Poly drops their, updated version. So
yeah, and that's how it goes with these two Titans is they usually go just back and forth. One makes a product, the other comes out with the response, just like that. For the longest time, Poly had the Voyager 5200, and then now Blue Parrot, aka Jabra, because Jabra bought out Blue Parrot, they came out with their response with their Bluetooth that looks very similar. And you can check out our head-to-head video if you haven't seen that yet. The model number again,
M300 XT on the Blue Parrot.
M300 XT. So you can see the Voyager 5200 versus M300 XT for a comparable face-off. But anyhow, we'll keep you up to date in our news and updates. And of course, drop a comparison video as soon as we have anything available.
For sure. And then Drew, what were you going to chime in and say?
I was going to mention, if we're going to talk about something comparable to the Focus UC2, we have one on my neck right now that you guys may have been seeing some stuff on our website and whatnot. But I have a headset on my neck that before the audio went out, Dustin was going into us showing it off. So I'll let Dustin pick up on what I have around my neck just to kind of give you guys a sneak peek to the headset live. It's brand new. It's not yet available in stock, but we're going to start taking pre-orders.
Yeah, so we are taking pre-orders on the headset, and it's really exciting because we've just inked a deal. The ink is literally drying as we speak with a company called Orosound in France. So this headset is made in France, but it's being brought to America, and it's called the Orosound Tild Pro. And there are 4 variations of the headset. Fantastic headset. Drew has it in the configuration with the oversized ear cups. Drew, do you have the sort of special
so
feature?
This is going to be the real hot ticket, or it's going to be the real cool feature that a lot of people are going to like because it's kind of a hybrid. You're going to have a pair of headphones you can use for your personal audio, but you'll also be able to use it for your business calls and meetings. So if you put the headphones on, I have a little
something in your pocket, huh? You got a little secret there, huh?
I got something hiding for you all.
Yeah, see, this is a magician here.
Yeah, see, so here we have a microphone.
Dude, why does it look like it's broken?
Broken? I don't know.
Let's see. It's just a microphone boom.
And then there you go.
Is that crazy or what?
So,
wow,
so yeah,
amazing.
this is a very interesting and innovative headset. Fantastic quality too. I personally have access, just like all the rest of the guys here, to all of the headsets. We can use anything, anytime we want. We have tons of headsets, and this is my daily go-to choice. The sound quality is crisp, headset is comfortable, music is phenomenal, got the active noise cancellation, and it has that detachable microphone that you won't find on any other model. Now, why would that be important? Well, there are other headsets out there like the Sony XM4 or the Bose 700, and those are great music headphones. The problem is for business purposes or for clear, crisp communication, the microphones aren't adequate in terms of being on that high level. So this is where the Tild Pro differentiates itself. It still gives you that same headphone experience, but it also gives you a phenomenal quality microphone that you can attach at a moment's notice. So it's for work and for play. So you don't need two headsets. Rather, get one for all of your needs, for your computer-based applications and for your mobile phones and tablets and things like that. So this is, again, like Drew said, on pre-order. The Tild Pro will be doing many reviews and comparison videos coming over the next coming weeks and months. And it's, yeah, again, available for pre-order on the website, headsetadvisor.com, Tild Pro, TILDE Pro. And you can see those 4 variations, read a lot of information on the website. So really a great headset. And for anybody looking at the Voyager Focus 2 UC, or even the Jabra Evolve 285, different headsets like that, the Tild Pro, without a doubt, is worth a strong consideration. I'm telling you, when you guys hear this on the in-depth review, you're going to love the quality of this headset. I mean, we're literally, like, again, we have access to all the headsets, and this is the one I'm choosing every single day. So, you know, I speak very highly of it. So you'll have to be the judge of it coming soon. But yeah, this is really exciting to be able to bring this headset to America from France. So stay tuned
It's
for
like
those
that
videos.
movie Coming to America.
Have you done a comparison of the Focus 2 on the cable to turn off the Bluetooth and connect to the USB?
So it, generally speaking, in all my tests, wired sounds better than the wireless version. It's maybe by like 10%. You get a little bit more volume, a little more depth. But on the flip side, you're wired. So I can't stand the wired. Like, it's always in the way. And I just want to roam and just not worry about that cable. It's getting caught on everything. So definitely wired sounds better in my experience on testing these headsets. But obviously you can't beat the convenience of the Bluetooth. Yeah. Hey, I'm really curious, Alex or Alexander, is when you switch from the Evolve 75 to the Voyager Focus 2, what did you like about the Voyager Focus 2 in comparison? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. He also asked, is that good for smaller heads, would you say?
Oh man,
Dustin says he has a small
I mean,
head.
Dustin has
I
a
do.
tiny
I have a
head and
small
tiny ears.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and
he
actually,
put these on and he was like, "Yeah, it works for me." I'm
no,
like,
it,
"Oh,
it
that's
really
shocking."
does work for me. In fact, it wasn't super tight, but it definitely was a little bit tight for me. And so I just did the minor adjustment that you can do on the headset, just a smidge, and it fits great. So comfortable, fits perfectly on this small head of mine. So if you've got a small head, then you'll have no problem. If you've got a big head, you're not going to have a problem either, because we can make the adjustments to the headset, no problem. So yeah, big head, small head, don't worry about it. It's going to be
when
a
you
great
adjust the
headset.
headband, it's pretty adjustable. So I don't know. You guys can't fully see it in this video, but you can really make it small like that, and then you can make it larger. So I don't know how it stacks up to other ones, but as Dustin mentioned, he has a small head. It fits on him well, and that's actually a question that we get asked all the time, either for small heads or big heads. So I don't know how it stacks up in regards to the other ones for the size, but definitely what Dustin said. He's very picky too. So when he put it on, he's the pickiest of the brothers. So as soon as he put it on, I was like, wow, he actually is saying good things about it. This is rare.
Yeah, and so when we actually did a video, I'm sure for you guys that are watching, our regular viewers of our videos, we actually did a video that was for big heads, headset with big heads, and it was David's head on the thumbnail blown up like a big head. And so what we should do, that actually makes me think we should actually make a video, headsets for small heads, and like shrink the head down really small. So maybe we can find the best, like top 5 headsets or something for the small head people out there.
So Alexander said about the Focus 2 versus the Evolve 75, he felt that the 75 was less comfortable than the Evolve, the new Focus 2.
Makes sense.
Said the Jabra gave him a little bit of pressure.
Yeah.
He said the Focus is much lighter weight because of the headband feature.
Yeah, you just can't beat the Focus 2 UC in regards to comfort. Like
Yeah,
we've tried tons of different headsets and headphones and all that, and if comfort is your main concern, the Focus 2 UC, in my opinion, is unbeatable. It literally feels like there's nothing there. They just designed it so well where it doesn't put too much pressure. It almost feels like there's nothing on your ears, but it's solid enough where it feels like it's a high quality headset.
Yeah.
All right. Should we get to some questions that we have from our live chat here?
Yeah. Do you guys know if Dad's tuned in?
I don't know.
Yeah,
ask him. You
Dad's
wanna
feet.
call him?
Dad's feet are kicking up right
Tell him
now.
to tune in to the stream.
How do you want me to do that?
Just call him.
What?
Call him. We're live. Tell him we're live.
Dad's busy right now.
He's
Dad,
vlogging and dogging.
yeah, he's more dogging right now, probably.
No, I'm sure he's watching, but if he's not, maybe we didn't send him the stream.
It was in. No, I sent an email. He probably didn't get it. I'll send him a message here in a second.
Yeah.
All right. So the next question that we have here, live chat said, I have an H820E, which worked great with Jabber, but with Teams, the button on the end of the mic doesn't answer or hang up calls. Is there some trick pressing the button that works that he can't find? That's the question.
So he wants remote call answering.
He wants remote call answering on Microsoft Teams with the H820E, and
So
it's not having it.
A decked wireless headset for computer.
Mm-hmm.
Wanting remote call control for Microsoft Teams.
That's correct. Yep.
You want to take that one, Drew? Or you want me
Yeah, I
to?
mean, the H820E, I don't believe has the ability for remote call answering. I mean, I could be wrong. That one gets a little bit more.
I did double check on the site. I did not see certification on
Yeah.
that product yet
Yeah.
for Microsoft Teams.
So let me speak a little bit to that. So this is actually a very common question, and this is going to be an increasingly common question as more and more organizations and people in general are switching over from traditional phone systems over to VoIP systems. Obviously, people have been doing this for years, but it's just becoming the new norm. Now, on desk phones in the past, to get remote call answering, you needed an accessory called an EHS cable, which would enable that feature. On computers, it's a little bit different. So there's this sort of wild, wild west, or sort of you could almost call it like a land grab, or a highest bidder sort of scenario where service providers and headset manufacturers are not kind of aligned with the.
Dad just chimed in.
Oh, he chimed in.
He said, so you guys think I'm kicking back? Think again.
Think again. Oh, he's always
Feet
showing
up.
up to make sure that we're on task.
That's right.
So, anyhow, these headsets that are for computers, people naturally think, hey, I've got a wireless headset. I should be able to answer calls from the headset, even if I'm away from the desk. It's a wireless headset. Problem is the headset manufacturers, a lot of them aren't certified, and in other words, haven't paid loads of money to be able to be approved for remote call answering with certain service providers, whether it's RingCentral, Vonage, 8x8, and so forth. So before getting any wireless headset for a computer, first of all, what you want to ask yourself is, do I need remote call answering? If the question is no, then your options are much more wide, because you can select basically any wireless headset of your choice and it will work just fine. If the question or the answer to that question is yes, then you will need to take a secondary step and ask yourself, is the soft phone client that I'm using or application that I'm using compatible with any headsets for remote call answering? Then when you get that list, if there are any on that list, then you can make your choice. So in this case, the Logitech H820E, from our research and our experience, is not compatible with Teams. Therefore, you'll have to answer calls at the computer by clicking your mouse, and then you can move away from the computer if you so choose. But there are other headsets like the Voyager Focus 2 UC that have Teams variants that are Teams compatible, meaning you'd be able to answer calls away from the phone and have some other features that you would not have on the Logitech. So if that's important to you, certainly take a look at some other options. If you're confused, I know it's a little bit much. Feel free to ask us anytime. Just stop by the site or, contact us anyhow.
I'm going to chime in here real quick. Now, with the Microsoft Teams variant, because a lot of companies, especially larger ones, even smaller ones, will lock down their computers. They'll not allow anybody to download extra software. So that's a problem sometimes for this remote answering feature. But with that Microsoft Teams version specifically, it's already pre-built with the software on the headset and on the computer. So they can just plug it in if they have Microsoft Teams and they can play. They'll get that feature just right out of the box.
Yeah, and that's huge because we get that question we get that comment all the time from people that say, we tell them to download some software, and then they'll say, "Oh, my admin won't let me download that. I don't have privileges, and they don't allow us to download anything onto our computers, made for security purposes and all that stuff." And that's really unfortunate because they can't get that feature. So that's a good point. Having that built in is huge.
So, question is, what headset or what would we recommend for this person who's using H820E and wants that remote answering, has to have it? What would you recommend?
Well, before we go through that, just adding to this, anyone that is maybe locked into a contract with, say, like Microsoft Teams or whatever, it could be another soft phone provider out there. If you deploy a number of phone systems and there's a lot of users that are saying, hey, I need the ability to answer and end calls away from the desk, the workaround to that would be to get desk phones. So for people that do need that ability and you're locked into a phone system that does not allow a wireless headset to work on the computer for remote call answering, the workaround solution to that is deploy desk phones for those users who really need that remote call answering feature. So I just wanted to throw that in there for any of you that were coming across that situation. That would be one workaround solution.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. So, when it comes to at least the recommendation, the Logitech H820E, not compatible with Microsoft Teams, decked headset again, like we said. So if that's what they're looking for, a decked headset, like we were going over earlier, actually off camera or at least off the live, one of them would be that new Yealink series. And there's some different variations. The Yealink WH62.
Yeah.
There's a mono and a duo version, and they have the Teams variant in there. And also the WH63, which is a convertible option, a little bit different, but definitely still worth taking a look at. These headsets, I'm telling you, we have no vested interest. Yes, we provide Yealink headsets, but there's nothing extra special about us telling you about Yealink headsets. I'm pretty shocked.
Yeah.
Like, the headsets are pretty good.
Yeah.
It's great quality, great range, great mic, very comfortable, and the price is like cheap.
Yeah.
This thing, it's hard to believe that they were able to do this. And a lot of people don't know about Yealink. They just, I want Plantronics, aka Poly or Jabra, and they dismiss any other brands. I wouldn't dismiss that. In this case, for this Logitech person, take a close look at the Yealink line. Really worth taking a look at. And also, there was the Savvy 82
10, 20, or 40
UC. UC with the Teams, like a Microsoft variant, right?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, so those would be some lines to look at. Yealink WH62, Yealink WH63, and the Poly Savvy 8240 UC, 8210 UC, and 8220 UC.
All right, you got that.
Oh,
Just make sure you got that memorized.
Okay, we're
Everyone
be
right. Start taking notes.
So take your
Pop
notes.
quiz.
Yeah. And
we got some more questions here.
All right.
So Javier wants to know what headset should use for all day wear, a work from home situation, on the phone all day, using a Savvy 400 currently.
I mean,
So this is a computer situation, I'm
Computer
assuming.
situation, yes. USB. Let's see.
well, it's wireless.
Wireless. Yep.
So
On the phone.
4200, like 4210, 4220.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's gonna be the older.
Javier, quick question, if you're able to respond to this. Is the headset that you're using now not giving you enough battery life for all day use? I'm assuming that's true for you asking that question.
I think he's just looking for maybe a more comfortable
Oh,
headset.
okay, more because
Yeah.
I'd be curious to know, like, what is it about that headset that makes him want to look for something else?
Yeah, that's a
Is
good
it
question.
I'm just ready for a new headset, or it's not enough battery life, or it's not comfortable, I don't like the mic sound quality, or
Mhm.
whatever it is? I'd be curious to know because then we'd be able to direct you specifically. So if you're out there, Javier,
He had another question while he's thinking about that. The Focus 2 charge cradle, does the cradle from Focus 1 work or is it different? So the answer to that is it's different. He said correct in response to your USB. Yes, correct. Oh, I'm sure he'll answer more in a second. So Focus 2 is different than the Focus 1. So you cannot use a Focus 2 headset on a Focus 1 cradle or vice versa. So just keep that in mind. They're two separate part numbers. I believe we have that part number.
The Focus, I confirmed today with Pauly that the Focus 2 UC charging stand is not yet available.
Okay.
So keep that in mind.
Yeah, so stay tuned. That'll be
Yeah,
coming
it'll
out
be
soon.
coming out probably in a few months. So stay tuned on the charging base for the Focus UC2 charging stand.
Switch battery 3 times a day. So it seems like battery life is.
switch battery.
He has to switch the battery 3 times a day.
How does he switch the battery?
Maybe that's a 440.
Oh, so it's probably a different model. Well, anyhow, if it's a battery issue, then that's a great that's a great help to us. So there's a couple of different ways you can go, but if you're using, it sounds like the 440 and switching battery. So I'm wondering,
Like a
445,
445, for example.
So
just
so we
constantly
must have a
rotating.
445.
Well, there's so many options.
Well,
like,
Yeah. So okay. So first things first.
well, is range an issue?
Yeah, well, yeah. So because if you have the W445, it's a decked headset, and a decked headset's going to give you 300 plus feet of range. Most people, in our experience, they don't need anywhere near that range. Some people really do want that range. If they're, say, working from home, they want to step on the porch for a cup of coffee while still on the phone, things like that. But, a lot of people are like, hey, 30, 50 feet away from my phone, that's totally fine. In your case, if you have the W445, it has a battery in the headset, as you know, and then a backup battery that's always being charged in the charging base. What it sounds like, and for you, is that your batteries are just significantly decreased in battery life. So one suggestion is that you can just replace both of those batteries. You'd restore the batteries to like 8 hours or so of talk time on each battery, and that should significantly, make the situation better for you, so you don't have to keep swapping the battery out all the time. If you didn't want to do that and you just want to look for a new headset, and let's say let's say that the range wasn't an issue, you didn't need a decked headset. One of the headsets that we already talked about, I would say that the Poly Voyager Focus 2 UC that has 19 hours of continuous talk time. That headset is definitely worth taking a look at. It's fantastic. Check our review video out on it, in-depth review of the Focus 2 UC. It's definitely worth taking a look at. Also, I would definitely consider taking a look at this new Tild Pro. I personally use this headset. It is great. It comes, wireless, has a tremendous talk time. How long is that battery life?
28 hours.
28 hours on this headset. Not only that, it has a connector cable that charges the headset while you're using it. So let's say, for example, you just forgot to charge your headset. You had 8 hours left of battery life. You were talking on the phone all day, getting a little bit low. You can just plug in the charger to the the charger cable to the headset. Keep going with your calls while it's charging, and then just unplug it. So, I mean, if you can wait, I don't know. Are we getting these in what, a couple
Probably
weeks?
a month.
Month?
Yeah.
So yeah, they're on pre-order right now. About a month. I would strongly consider taking a look at that if you're looking for just a workhorse headset that is high quality, great sound, everything with great battery life. So those are two definitely worth considering. If anything about those particular headsets just doesn't appeal to you, let us know and we can show you some other options. But definitely those are worth taking a look.
Yeah, and also keep in mind you can get this in the smaller ear cushions. So if you don't like the bigger ear cushions like you see on here, there's a variant that you can check out on our website that will have smaller cushions, and these are actually really easy to take off. So you just rotate it down, and this whole speaker cushion thing comes off. And so in the future, you could always change out the size of the cushion. So say you get the small cushions, and you realize, hey, I want to get the bigger cushions in the future to rock out to your music, and that's going to be a better fit for you. In the future, you can easily just swap out the cushions down the road. So you don't have to buy a whole new headset. You just buy an inexpensive speaker/cushion, and there you go.
I got a good question here. This is from Larry. He says, just for laughs, have you ever seen a headset feature that you thought was completely useless?
Larry.
Oh, that's an interesting question.
What's that? Oh, really? Oh, that's okay. You can just keep it on them. Probably battery or something. Anyways.
We have a camera failure, everyone.
Yeah,
so you're gonna
so-
be stuck with me and Dustin over here.
No.
Yeah, we really appreciate you guys tuning in for this first live stream. This is a test run, so really helpful to kind of iron out the kinks and the wrinkles. So really
worry about it,
appreciate
Chris.
that. Features on headsets that were utterly useless. I'd have to think about that.
I know there's been some that we've commented on. I just can't think of them off the top of my head here.
Well, one thing is and the manufacturers probably aren't going to like that I say this, but everyone calls their noise canceling some special marketing term. Like, I'm not even going to call them out, but every manufacturer has their own version of or marketing term for their noise canceling microphone. And any noise canceling microphone we test, you can call it whatever you want. It's a noise canceling microphone. So they can call it whatever fancy name they want. It's a microphone that's going to help reduce the background noise. But from our experience, most of the manufacturers have very similar noise cancellation technology.
And then
So-
like the other marketing things like the wireless range, for example.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Like 525 feet of
Yeah.
wireless range. It's like, no, it
Yeah,
does not
no
have,
headset is going 500 feet away from any testing that we've ever done. So a lot of the things always say up to, say the battery life is up to 10 hours or the wireless range is up to 500 feet. In most cases, that's just not the case.
Yeah, so when it definitely when it comes to wireless range, that's something you have to look out for. For example, there will be Bluetooth headsets that it will say wireless range 100 feet, and people are like, okay, I need about 90 feet, so okay, this will cover my needs. Well, we're really conservative in terms of what we recommend, and usually general rule of thumb is you can take the wireless range and divide it in half, and that's about the expected real world range. Not always, some go more, some go less, and so on, but that's what you should expect when purchasing a headset. So if you need that 90 feet of wireless range, don't buy a headset with 100 feet of wireless range. Rather, go with one of the decked headsets that has a rating of 350, 300, those type of numbers, and you'll get more like 150 or 200 or something for real world purposes. We're not talking open line of sight in a football field, open field or something like that. That's not how people use headsets. They have obstructions, walls, desks, various signals and doors and different things, it's elevators and endless amounts of things. So that's definitely something to take a look at. When it comes to gimmicks, nothing, no
Yeah.
other gimmicks you guys can think of?
I can't think of them honestly
like
off the top.
one of them's kind of weird. Like I guess
The first thing that came to my head was that magnet on the Jabra like sticks to the,
Oh, yeah.
but it like every time you move the thing, it like pops off. It's
Yeah,
like-
that's why they
it's-
changed the design, like on the Evolve 285. So they Jabra did a great job on this set of headphones,
that's
the
so
Evolve
clean. 2
285. You think it's just a pair of headphones, then you just bring the microphone down like that, and there you go. So they probably saw on the Evolve 65 where the magnet was like on the headband. It was a great idea in theory, but it really just didn't work that well. So they really are improving on all their headsets for sure. But I can't think of anything that other than like the noise canceling thing always just irks me. I'm just like, okay, you guys can call the noise canceling technology whatever you want, but I don't know. From our testing, a lot of them, the major manufacturers is very similar in our testing, but you can call it whatever you want. I can't think of anything else like that.
All right, we got another question here. So Adam asks, what headset do y'all like best for ANC?
Oh yeah, that's there's a lot of
I'm
nice,
sorry. This is this is my headset. This is one ANC. It's got it all.
Yeah, there are a lot of nice headsets out there on the market today, but you know, we're really excited about this Tild Pro from France to America, and this is going to be here again in the next month or so. The ANC is great on the headset. It's just a wonderful headset. But you know, there are many different headsets on the market that have great ANC.
One thing
the Focus
Jabra,
UC2 does, the Jabra
this
Evolve
Jabra,
285.
the original one, the
Focus One?
no, the Evolve, the one that Dad
75.
uses.
Oh, the 80.
The Evolve 80.
Yeah,
I mean, I know
the
it's
wired.
not wireless,
Yeah.
but my dad, who actually owns the company, he still uses from time to time, and shame on you, Dad. But no, just kidding. But no, he still used the Evolve 80, Jabra Evolve 80.
He loves it.
Fantastic headset. I mean, you turn the active noise cancellation on that thing, and you're gone.
Yeah.
You don't hear anything.
It's between the way it fits, how the cushions are, the depth, and then also the ANC together. Those two things, how it just fits on your head. We are always twisting the arm of my dad. Be like, Dad, you got to try a different pair of headphones. And then sometimes to please us, he'll put something else on. But the Evolve 80 for him, he doesn't leave that headset.
One thing I'll say about the Tild is that it has like tons of levels of adjustment. So sometimes there's too much ANC like feeling.
Yeah.
Like you feel like I don't know if you guys have ever been in one of those little like floating tub things, but it's literally a pod. You go in and you can close this door like you're in your own little pod and you just float on this water, a salt water, and it's just like you're stuck with your own thoughts, dude. There's
You're in
no
an asylum.
noises, there's no nothing. It's just like hello, you're like wondering about yourself. So sometimes I feel like the ANC headsets with the big cushions like has too much of that. It's like, is anybody like, am I the only person left in the world?
Yeah. So if you've been really working on your personal development and you've got your mind right and everything like that, one of these might be good for you. If you're in a little bit of an odd place and got some work to do, I don't know, maybe the cancellation gets you in your thoughts a little too much, but no, it really works well. And yeah, those various, it's just really interesting with this Aurosound company. They're engineers and they're just very obsessed with the details. And I love that detail orientation. And it's that micro adjustment that you could make to the noise cancellation, just that attention to detail, not just on or off, but the various little levels of it, in the same way that you were in your car adjusting your air conditioning ever so slightly, 71, 72, 73, and so forth, just to find that perfect comfort and that perfect, fit. So that's really where it's going to be beneficial to you. But yeah, I completely agree. When you crank that thing up, I mean, you could feel a little bit weird. So, but anyhow, it's
another
definitely
cool
really
thing I
good.
like though is like, say you're at Starbucks, and I do this all the time. I'll be at Starbucks, I have my headphones on. Let me just demonstrate it for you guys. I have my headphones on. It'll be extremely distracting, or I'll be extremely zoned in. And if someone's talking to me, all you got to do is just push a button on the outside of the speakers, and then you're able to hear everything going on around you. So you don't have to take the headphones off or anything, but it pauses your music. When you're done talking to someone that's speaking to you, you press the button again, and then your music plays, and then you're back in the zone rocking out. So I really love that feature too. This set of headphones is by far my favorite because it's a good mix of the two. Like for example, you can take this microphone boom off. So like when I'm done with work and I'm not, say on any calls, You just take the microphone off, and then you don't have the microphone that gets in the way. And then say you get off work, many of you aren't going to want to use a pair of your personal headphones with a microphone. You know, it just looks kind of goofy. You're on a walk. It's like, looks like you're in a call center and whatnot. So you snap the microphone off, and there you go. You have a set of headphones. So it gives you professional quality audio for your personal use, but also HD voice clarity on your meetings, phone calls, anything like that. So it's real flexible. We're obviously big fans here, but there's many options to choose from. It just depends on your specific needs.
Going back to Alex's, he has the 440 plugged into the computer, changing the battery out 3 times.
440.
440, yeah.
Yeah.
So he wants not something that's over the head. He said it makes over.
So he wants a
usually
smaller.
big on my ear
Uh-huh.
and makes me hot or sweat a bit. And he also said he's afraid he'll take off the mic and he'll lose the mic.
Yeah, that is going to be a concern for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, there's replacements available.
Yeah,
but-
yeah. So we'll sell you as many replacement microphones as you want. No worries, we got you covered.
Yeah. So he wants something a little more sleek and well, I mean that's pretty straightforward. If the major issue is the battery life and he likes that wearing style, well, first of all, let me ask you this: on the Yealink WH63 and 67, what do you
That's
know?
what I was thinking, but the battery life isn't long enough.
Not that
won't be
long.
long,
Okay,
yeah.
here's where you want to go. Where I think that's pretty clear that you're going to want to go over to the Poly Savvy 8245 UC. Would you agree with that? If he's already using the 440, he could
Yeah,
get the updated version of that, kind of basically the same wearing style, but a little bit of an update.
Mhm.
But then he gets the unlimited talk time, so he can never worry about battery life again.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't that be?
I can't think of anything else
That's
that's over
the only
ear.
solution other than the D904.
Yeah. So
Right.
Alex, go ahead. You can go to our site or Google it or whatever, and take a look at.
Chris, you can put the link to the 8245 UC, put
Yeah.
it in the comments.
Yeah, Savvy 8245 UC. So what you're going to see there is the same exact headset that you're used to. It's got the over the ear wearing style, the over the head wearing style, same everything. But the major difference is that unlimited talk time. So one battery in the headset, one battery always being charged in the charging base, and best of all, it's hot swappable. So what does that mean? That means that if you're on a call and your battery starts to get low, don't worry. Just remove the battery from your headset, put the spare battery in from the charging base, pop it in the headset, and you'll still be on the call. It won't drop the call. Nothing will happen. You can just tell them, 1 moment, please.
He may already have that on the 440. He might be the 445 version, or he has a
Well,
spare battery because he said 3 replacements.
Well, but if that's the case, then the recommendation is just to buy 2 new batteries, because most likely you've just used the headset so much you've degraded the battery down low. So just get 2 new batteries and you'll be back up and running.
And then another thing is make sure that you're on narrow band, not wide band.
That's a good point.
So through the Plantronics hub, I'm not sure if it's on the 440, but there should be something called HD mode. You want to turn that off. Yeah, you're going to sacrifice a little bit of audio quality, but you're going to give yourself extra battery life. So it's going to make your battery last, 30% longer. So that's just something to keep in mind there.
Yeah. So you'll get, longer battery life, a little worse voice quality, and then the wireless range is a little diminished, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, it's increased. The wireless range is increased, I believe.
Only if you put it on extended range.
No, it's just
okay.
just
Got it,
gonna
got
give you a bit. It's just gonna use less power. So narrow band should give you a little bit better battery. It's hit or miss. Some customers say it works, other customers say it doesn't. So it's hard
That's
to
your
say.
best bet.
Whenever I've changed from narrow band to wide band mode, I'm like, it sounds the exact same to me.
Well, to me, it sounds way better. Like
Really?
on what you hear,
Wow.
it's like almost like the old standard definition TVs, and it's fuzzy and all that. And then you go to like a nice big screen, and it's just like you can see the detail of people's. It's like that to me. I mean, that's a
True.
little dramatic because it's a visual experience, but it definitely makes.
Yeah, I'm just not
more
an audiophile. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of people just hear sound so much different than me. Whenever I've switched it on any headset, I never notice anything different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
so
just me.
Alex, if you can go ahead and confirm if you have the W440 or the W445, that will let us know, the difference.
Also,
there.
about how long have you had the headset, and when's the last time you changed out the batteries, if you ever have?
Those are good questions. All right, here we got a more technical question. Somebody using Windows 10 and Bluetooth protocol. Is there any solution to have a stereo headphone plus mic working on Windows without the dongle?
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be the Tild Pro.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, let me
I keep showing it. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, let me preface that. And who asked that?
M Denise?
Okay, M Denise. Sorry for butchering your name, probably, but anyhow. So, what we found is that most headsets are hit or miss when it comes to connecting a Bluetooth headset without a dongle on a computer, say with Windows 10. A lot of people who have had Bluetooth headsets that they use on their cell phone, they try to pair them with their computer with Windows 10, and it's just not working. They're, hey, it should work. I'm trying to pair. It's not finding it. It's not connecting. It's having this issue. Well, interestingly enough and shockingly, and it's not like unique technology that we're aware of, but this Tild Pro really does work a lot better than we've seen with other headsets in our experience with it so far. So if you're looking to use a like a Bluetooth headset on a computer with Windows 10 without the dongle, the Tild Pro is going to give you the best bet in our experience so far. So definitely take a look, pre-order. It's going to be here in a couple weeks to a month or so. So if you're looking for something like that, this is definitely one to take a close
Yeah, and if
look
the
at.
Tild Pro doesn't work via Bluetooth on your computer properly, you're going to be, I mean, if this headset doesn't work, I don't know of any other headphones or headset that's going to work how you want it to. There's a reason that all the major manufacturers, Logitech, Jabra, Poly, before Plantronics, Epos, Sennheiser, they all make USB dongles to go with their wireless headsets. And there's a reason for that. So that way they can control the experience, because everyone has a number of different computers with different versions of Bluetooth and software that messes up with headsets. So using the USB dongle guarantees a much better experience out of the box with their headset. So for any reason the Tild Pro wouldn't work, then you're going to be set. You're going to need to use a headset with a USB dongle,
Yeah,
a Bluetooth headset.
And furthermore, one addition to that is not only do we have experience with this working well at Bluetooth on Windows 10, but this has actually been deployed in France, being used on Windows 10 operating systems very successfully throughout organizations, work from home people, and so on. Great experiences, great reviews. So that gives you a little bit more peace of mind that is working without the dongle.
And also, there is going to be a dongle coming out sometime in the future with this headset as well. So keep that in mind.
All right. So I'm curious from the audience, feedback on video quality, audio quality. Curious to hear your thoughts. Does it sound good? Does it look good? We can kind of wrap up this. This is just for a quick test.
Yeah,
This is-
Well,
man, this is going a lot longer than we thought.
Also,
so.
too, like what do you guys want to see? Like, say if, for example, just wave a magic wand and say we went live every single day or once a week or whatever it was, we went live. What would you want to see? Do you want your questions answered? Do you want us to speak on specific topics? You were curious to know, because this is a podcast that we're making, but we're making it for you. We're trying to bring value. We're trying to bring service to as many people as possible. And, and your feedback is much appreciated to help us out with that.
Yeah, and we're also not trying to get away from what we know. And this is what we do. We talk about headsets and headphones and business type stuff like this every single day. So we're trying to stay within the realm of what we know and what will bring helpful, practical advice around headsets to you guys. So it's always been a struggle for us to be like, what kind of show can we make around headsets? I mean, who's just so excited about talking about headsets? So any ideas, suggestions that you guys have, we would love to hear it.
So Larry, he's got all the funny questions.
I like Larry.
Yeah.
Me and Larry would be
He
buddies.
says, when your friends or family members get married or have a baby, do you give them headsets as presents?
No, we sign them up for work.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get to be the next generation of headset advisors. They're gonna love it.
Yeah. So we're raising them up to be headset advisors, the next generation to carry the torch. Hopefully their first words out of their mouth will be headset advisor.
In fact, Dustin, you just had a baby,
Yeah,
Alexander,
that's true.
beautiful baby boy.
Yeah.
So you just have to start whispering into his ear, headsets,
Yeah.
headsets.
Yeah, it's not dad, it's headsets.
If
So
his
that way
first
he
word
knows.
isn't headsets,
Yeah,
Headset.
yeah.
you failed as a dad if it's not headsets.
Headset.
All right. I think that's kind of a wrap.
Yeah.
Larry liked our response.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we
Cool.
we like building up a community and just having providing educational and information to you guys on this topic, but having fun. It makes it fun for us as well as like people that come with a light heart and bring some cool questions like that. So thanks, Larry. We really appreciate you being part of the community.
Yeah, and like let's just be honest, we provide headsets. We're not doing brain surgery or anything like that. So this stuff is light and fun, and we're here to help give the best advice for buyers like all of you to make the best informed decisions around buying headsets. So this is what we know and what we want to talk about to see if any of you watching the show, if this could be beneficial to you.
Well said.
Any other questions we have?
No other questions. That's a wrap.
We'll have to just fix the camera next time so that way David could stay on the video longer.
So yeah, anybody watching the stream right now, if if you don't have an opportunity to do that, put a comment in the comment section. If you'd be so kind to send us an email to info@headsetadvisor.com, just letting us know what you thought about this initial live stream and any suggestions you have. Again, brutal honesty. We really appreciate anything that you can bring to us so that we can improve. So if you've got a moment and if you feel so compelled, info@headsetadvisor.com with any thoughts and feedback would be much appreciated.
Cool.
Cool.
Well,
Thanks,
we really
everyone, for tuning in.
appreciate, and we will see you here shortly. Again, we're going to start this probably next week if we can get our act together. But it seems like we're pretty dialed. You got to fix a couple things, but looking forward to it. And
We'll see you all next time.
See you all next time. Chris, you can hit that end stream at the top right.